Demolisher TV with Sophia Melone. Hello, everyone. I am Sophia Melonē, the Debt Demolisher, here to bring you the tools, tips, and tricks to help you manage your financial baggage the right way. What an honor and absolute privilege it is to be before you all for our 54th Budget with Me live stream. Well, not necessarily 54th Budget with Me live stream, but our 54th working session with me session, with today being our Budget with Me live stream. So today we're going to use this time to focus on our numbers and get any planning that's needed or essential for planning out the rest of the year, or maybe even getting geared up for the new year. One of the things that I'm going to be using this time to focus on is really getting my projections together. So typically around this time of the year, I normally begin to do my forecasting for the future year. And I'm going to be using this time to get all of my data updated to make sure that I have all of my categorizations updated so I can export my data that's needed in order to drop it into my template that I have to produce and come up with my projections for 2023. You can use this time however you would like to use it, whether if you want to work on your budgets, whether if you may want to even work on tweaking more things for the holidays, if you have things that you want to purchase in terms of holiday gifting. We know that Christmas is next week. And so if that's something that you're still wanting to plan through, if you didn't have an opportunity to be a part of the Vet Your Spending Challenge, then you had the time today to kind of work through some of those budgets. If you've already participated in the Vet Your Spending Challenge, but now you are wanting to do something different in your finances, you could take this time to maybe do a mid-month check-in. We are about halfway through the month, so this would be a great opportunity for you to see how you're doing with your spending thus far, for you to see how you want to finish out the rest of the month strong in terms of your spending, or if you want to do or take a similar approach as to what I'm doing in terms of gathering the data that's needed in order for me to prepare my projections for the year. One of the things that I like to do is prepare annual projections, so that way I could always have amounts to include as my budgeted amount inside of my budget versus actual templates for each month. And then that way, once the actual expenses actually come through, I can drop those numbers inside of my forecasted or budgeted numbers to see what the difference is and see how close or how short I might have been for each particular line item. So with today being our second to last Budget with Me live stream for 2022. I just wanted to use this time to just kind of share what I'm going to be doing and how I'm going to be using my 45 minutes. I will be only doing one round today. So hopefully you all will be able to stick with me for the 45 minutes and the check-in, and then we will close out. All right, I see folks are in the room. Let me go ahead and say hello to everybody before I start. Acacia's here this morning. Good morning, Acacia. She says, greetings, DDTV family. Good morning, Acacia. So good to see you. Welcome on into this room. I'm so glad that you are here. Hey, Acacia. Go, Acacia. Hey, Acacia. Come on, let's go, Acacia. Let's go. Hey, Acacia. Go, Acacia. Let's go. Shout out to Acacia in the room. So glad that you're here this morning. We also got Q Scott in the building this morning. Says good morning. Good morning to you, Q Scott. So good to see you. Welcome on into this room. I am so glad that you are here. I am so glad that you are here. Hey, Q Scott. Hey, Q Scott. Let's go. Come on. Hey, Q Scott. Hey, Q Scott. Let's go. Come on. Hey, Q Scott. Hey, Q Scott. Pass it to Bria. Hey, Q Scott. Hey, Q Scott. Pass it to Bria. Oh, shout out to Q Scott and Bria in the room. So glad to see you. Both of our moderators has blessed our live stream room and graced us with their presence this morning. So glad that you are here. We got Queen Lisa H in the room. Says good morning, DDTV family. Good morning, Queen Lisa H. So good to see you. Welcome on into this room. I am so glad that you are here. Hey, I said you are here. Hey, I said you are Hey, we got Queen Lisa H with the takeoff stamp. I said Queen Lisa H got the takeoff stamp. She got the takeoff stamp. She got the takeoff stamp. I said Queen Lisa H got the takeoff stamp. She ready to go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. She trained to go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. She got the takeoff stamp. She got the takeoff stamp. I said Queen Lisa H got the takeoff stamp. Let's go. Shout out to Queen Lisa H in the room. So glad that you guys are here. So glad that you guys are here. Thank you so much, Acacia, for dropping the links to the budget versus actual template. So glad that you're here this morning. So glad that you guys are here. So we're going to go ahead and get inside of our time so we can get our budgets together. I have a lot to do, so I want to make sure that I get as much as I can done in this 45-minute window. So let me go ahead and pull up the agenda so that way we could all see what we're going to be doing. For those who may pop inside of the room, you'll be able to jump right on in. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get the timer started. 45 minutes is on the clock. Jump in. Let's go. Okay, you guys, honestly, I feel like these 45 minutes go by extremely too fast. I barely got through what I was working to get through, but I did make some significant progress. I still have a lot more to do, which I'm not going to have time to finish in today's session, but I'll just put it on my list of things to do for this evening when I return. But let me know what you guys were able to get done within that 45-minute spurt. I see Cindy is here. Hello, Cindy. Welcome on back. Welcome on back. So good to see you inside of this room. So good to see you inside of this room. Glad that you're here. Q Scott says 25% off. Ooh, I did not do what I said I was going to do, Q Scott. 25% off. There is 25% off of everything on sophiamelonē.com/products. So all of the items under the products tab are 25% off if you use the code right here on the screen. That way you will be able to get 25% off of anything on the site under the products section. For the courses, I have to go inside of that platform and modify the price. So for right now, on sophiamelonē.com products is where you could use the code for sure. Thank you so much, Q Scott, for that. Oh, I'm on Central Time. I was wondering why I was late or missing it. Oh no, you're right. You're right on time. So you're on Central Time. So we do the Budget with Me lives at 8, but I started at 8:30 Eastern Time this morning. But next week we're doing a vision board with me, and that's going to be at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you're Central, then it'll be 8 a.m. Central Time. And then the last day of the year, we're going to do our final budget with me, and that's going to be 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Sherry's here. Let's go, Sherry. Let's go, Sherry. Let's go, Sherry. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Sherry. Let's go, Sherry. It's an income, Sherry. Let's go, Sherry. Hey, shout out to Sherry in the room. So glad that you're here. She says it's an expense, not a bill. Oh, okay. I must have missed the top half. I paid a bill and will implement the idea to cross that mind a few times. Implement the idea that crossed my mind a few minutes ago that will allow me to pay a large bill and have money left over. Come on, or an expense rather. Okay, she was to pay a large expense and have money left over. So good, Sherry. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations on doing the work. Congratulations on doing the work. I'm so glad to hear that. Isn't it amazing, like how ideas just pop up for you, like right when you're in the middle of thinking through something and coming up with something? I had a similar situation, which was random. I think I was in the shower and the idea came to me. I was like, oh, I can do that. And did I even write it down? I don't even think I wrote it down, but I still remember it. So it's one of it's one of the things that I'm going to do maybe even before this year, maybe before the year ends. Maybe before the year ends. Q Scott says new changes are coming to the channel soon, so please be sure to have your notifications set to be alerted so that you don't miss any of the new drops, and stay tuned daily to the community page. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Q Scott, for letting folks know that there are going to be changes forthcoming for 2023. So some of you may know this, some of you may not, but around this time of the year is when I'm doing like my planning for everything. So even when last year I planned out all of these with me sessions. So I already knew that I was going to do working sessions for the entire year for 2022. I already knew the titles and what each working session was going to cover for the whole year. And so the same way that I do my projections for my money and for my planning, I do the same thing for my content. And some of y'all may know, but I go through this annual clarity retreat every December, which is what I'm in the middle of going through now. It's been amazing. Absolutely amazing. This is week 3, and we're actually ending up week 3, so we'll start week 4 tomorrow. But it's just been so awesome to see the amount of clarity, the amount of ideas, the different shifts and the moves and the things that I feel like the Lord is telling me to do in terms of pivoting and just doing things differently and just being innovative in my own right and what aligns with my own creativity method. So the things I've done in 2022, please know that was something that was given to me, I feel spirit led, because I always move based on what I'm hearing the Lord telling me to do. So this year we're planning for 2023. There's going to be definitely a lot of changes. So just kind of like Q Scott said, just keep the notifications on, stay tuned to the community page, and just look out for new announcements, because even though I may have been doing things one way in 2022, that doesn't mean that's how it's going to be in 2023. Doesn't mean that's how it's going to be in 2023. So just stay tuned. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Queen Divinity is here, shaking it on the dance floor. A Queen Divinity, shaking it on the dance floor. A Queen Divinity, shake, 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 shake. Do it on the dance floor. A Queen Divinity, hey! So glad that you're here, Queen Divinity. Good morning, good morning, good morning. She's telling Coach Natisha good morning, so that means Coach Natisha is also in the room. So glad that you're here, Coach Natisha. Welcome, welcome, welcome on into this room. Our other moderator has graced us, so we have been blessed with all 3 moderators in this morning's live stream. So glad that you all are here this morning. Coach Natisha, welcome on in to the room. Welcome on into the room. Welcome on into the room. Awesome sauce. Yes, if you do need guidance, in terms of wrapping up your year, by all means, feel free to schedule a session, book a session. I had somebody, well, it's not like I had somebody. I mean, I know who this person is, but they booked another session with me for planning and stuff for tax purposes. But nonetheless, I do have some availabilities for one-on-ones if you want to solidify a spot for sure. So thank you, Q Scott, for letting folks know that. Okie dokie. I think that's it. We are at the 1 hour mark, and I have to get ready to slide on out of here because I have a lot to do today, a lot to cover this weekend, a lot to manage. And I'm just, if I could just say one thing before I close, my heart was just really heavy on, was it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, one of those days. My days are getting tied up, but I am just praying and asking and reminding not only myself, but others as well to like really and I want to be careful of how I say this because I know it's a very sensitive subject. It's a very sensitive topic, and I don't think we realize the detriments that people may be going through internally, and we just don't know what people are really going through, what they're thinking, and how one little thing could set someone off. And what I've been reminded of this later in this week, just a couple of days ago, is just remembering to be kind to people, remembering to have the right heart posture towards people, and not to say that you can control what other people do, but you just never know how one encounter or one experience or one word or maybe even one thought can set someone off. So, because of the sensitivity around the topic, because of the sensitivity in terms of me being able to witness firsthand the challenges that people can face mentally, it's just a very touchy subject for me. And I just pray that whoever's heart or mind may be troubled, that peace be unto them. That's really all that I can say. And then also encouraging folks to be kind to others. Be mindful of your posture. Be mindful of your energy. Be mindful of the things you say. Be mindful of how you may react to something. And I even have to say that for myself. Like, I even have to say that for myself because, you know, it's just hard to see and witness and just hear of some of the challenges that people face that you may not even see. So what you see on the surface may not always be true, valid. And this is why it's so important to be mindful of what you see and what you're watching as well, because you could be desiring someone else's life that they're not even happy with, So don't judge a book by its cover. Be kind, be gentle to your loved ones, to strangers, to people who you just met, acquaintances, coworkers. Just be kind. Sometimes I think about how snarky people can be. Sometimes I think about how conniving people can be. Sometimes I think about how jealous sometimes people can be. Sometimes I think about how envious people can be, how sad people can be. You don't know what is going on inside of people's minds, and you don't know what people are handling or what they are managing. So it's just essential to examine yourself first before you protrude any of that energy on to anybody else, because you don't know how it's being received on the other end. You don't know how it's being reciprocated on the other end. And you don't know how what you may be doing or saying or thinking, how it's going to turn right back onto you. So I just want to encourage everyone to just be in good cheer, be pleasant to strangers. Don't turn your nose up at people. Don't wish for someone else's life or what someone else's experiences are, what they're showing you. Like, oh, I want that too, because you might not you might not want that, and you might not need that. Amen. You might not need that. So be kind, be gentle. I got to go. All right, y'all. I want to thank y'all for being here this morning. Appreciate you guys. Hopefully next week when we do our vision board, I know it's Christmas Eve, so if you want to pop in, you can. If you don't, you could always catch the replay. But I want to remind you that your financial prosperity awaits you, and so does your financial sanity. You already know what I'm going to tell you to do, and that is what? Get to work. All right, guys. Bye. The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia Melone. The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia